The Tyranids have been smashed in the latest points and Balance Dataslate update, so which are the top 5 units now to play in the Arks of Omen? I'm going to start with the Screamer Killer, the 130 points and the Ace, and actually they're one of the only units that didn't get a points rise. Does that count as a buff? Since the 9th edition Codex have been great units to play. They've got great melee with weapon skill 3, 11 attacks on the charge, AP -3 and 3 damage, so the Terminator killers. 2+ save, -1 damage, and you can even give them a 4+ invuln if you really want. There's lots of buffing potentials for them, and it can get expensive, so just play it wisely. The key thing about these is that they're core, and probably the best core melee unit in the Codex, so a great target for in-game buffs. 10-inch movement is good, but they can get an extra inch and strength with adrenal glands. In Kraken, benefiting from an 8-inch auto advance, and a Turvigon can give them an extra 2 inches as well. That's a 21-inch potential movement with charging if you can cast Onslaught, and they can also get Overrun for an additional 11 inches again. Yikes. So they can be buffed up to strength 8 if you go with Behemoth. They're a fantastic unit that can be shaped in as many ways as you can think to fit your playstyle. Next up is LICTOR at 70 points. Still a perfect utility unit that will score secondaries for you all day. Behind enemy lines is so easy. It's fast, resilient being -1 to hit, and untargetable over 12 inches when in cover. They also have an innate deep strike. They can actually be used to clear up chaff or treat units with good melee, to AP -3 and fight first. And they also get a reroll charge when they do come in from deep strike. It can be buffed even further depending on the high fleet you run, and in my favourite Kraken, it'll be AP -4 melee, which will mean no saves for a lot of the type of units this will go for. Every list should have one of these. TYRANNOFEX, 205 points because you'll need Acid Spray or a Rupture Cannon. This is one of our big, scary gun monsters. Going Acid Spray and moving onto objectives is really powerful. The auto hitting never degrades. Strength 6 -3 AP can be buffed as well. So on our objective, counting as 5 models, T8 17 wounds, also with some good melee threats, it's a great unit. Don't forget Overwatch with the Acid Spray, it's really potent. The MAWLOC for 125 points, a surprisingly useful and points efficient unit now. Really powerful nuisance and distraction unit in your opponent's deployment zone. Objective grabbing and springing up from underground. Although you announce its arrival the turn before, the mortal wounds it dishes out are great. It also does more mortal wounds each time it goes into combat, and is -1 to hit in melee. Overall, the melee is good, 16 attack, strength 7, only -1 AP and 1 damage, but it's going to clear out chaff. So you can buff it with different hive fleets, and if you choose the Obsec hive fleet, it can become a real trouble in the back zone. 14 wounds, and it can have a 4+ invuln, so it can actually stay around a little bit. It'll definitely die though, but the effort the opponent puts into killing it, it's not using that effort elsewhere. My final one is difficult to pick, because my favourite is still the Winged Hive Tyrant, but with points rises and not being able to use Overrun anymore, it's still good. I'd probably still take one, however for this list, I'm going to choose the Shooty Hive Tyrant. 180 points base, but you want to take the Venom Cannon for 15 points, and then replace it with the Relic Shard Gullet. That's 36-inch, Assault 3, Strength 12, -5 AP and 5 damage, and at Ballistic Skill 2, it's going to be killing whatever it shoots. It's also a bit of a tank with 2+ save, 4+ invuln and a T8. Let's not forget it's got good melee, weapon skill 2, 5 attack, strength 10, -4 AP and 3 damage. So it's going to kill Terminators, and you can reroll 1s to hit. It also gives out its reroll 1s to another core unit, so why not stick that on your Screamer Killers? It's not really a first wave unit, but it's going to be moving up in your second, and I can see this camping on a central objective and causing a lot of trouble. Really keen to know what you think is the best unit that I've missed out on this list. Let me know, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.